Welcome back to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Michelle Aaron. The University of Arizona football team lost to Washington State last weekend, leaving the Wildcats unable to make a bowl game. But as Cronkite News reporter Brendan Mao reports, it left them eager and hungry for the Territorial Cup matchup against ASU this Friday.
The Arizona Wildcats were quick to put the loss to Washington State behind them in anticipation of their big matchup against ASU.
The locker room is very hurt right now. Locker room also understands and knows that we're on to the team up north. I told them that normally we have a 24-hour rule to move on. We have a 24-minute rule. It's time to move on and get ready for the Cup.
Arizona has lost 5 straight games to ASU in the Territorial Cup, and the last time they played here in Arizona Stadium, the Sun Devils won 70-7. Despite the result against Washington State, Arizona's defense is showing that they can be relied upon in big games.
This was probably our best performance on defense, give and take a couple plays here and there.
The Wildcat defense allowed only 3 points in the second half to the Cougars 1 week after playing a huge role in the upset victory over UCLA. The freshman group that has stepped up big as of late already recognizes the importance of next game.
I'm really just playing for my seniors, trying to get this win for the whole program and all of Arizona, because I know this means a lot.
With neither Arizona nor ASU bowl eligible, all the two teams have left to battle for on Friday is state bragging rights for the next year.
We're gonna have a team meeting about that, players only type, and we're gonna let them know what this really means for not only as a team, but just as a state and just the city of Tucson.
To me, the Territorial Cup is its own game. It's its own game in this season. It's an 11-game season plus 1.
And the Wildcats would love nothing more than to add one more game in the victory column to end their season against their in-state rival. In Tucson, Brendan Mao, Cronkite News.
The Territorial Cup will kick off on Friday in Tucson at 1 p.m. as both the Wildcats and Sun Devils look to crown themselves victors of the state. Arizona State men's basketball earned another win at home against Grambling State after being on the road for the past 3 games. Coach Bobby Hurley wasn't sure how his team would perform after being on the road, but a few good practices kept them in good form. Now, the Sun Devils are generating some buzz after moving to 5-1 on the season.
The way we've won lately is, showed that, there's a lot of potential here with this group. So it's exciting, and hopefully we could, keep building off that confidence.
The high school football playoffs continue this weekend. Desert Mountain High School is poised to make a run at a state title, and it's thanks in large part to their coach. Cronkite News reporter Michaela Nagel has more on how the former NFL player is connecting with his team.
In 3 short years at the helm, Conrad Hamilton has made a huge impact as head coach at Desert Mountain High School. The former NFL player who played 6 seasons for the Giants and the Falcons has only lost a total of 7 games since taking over the program. Wide receiver Jack Freeberg and other players look up to Hamilton because of his experience and ability to make this team grow.
He's super motivated himself. He knows the game well. He's passionate, and that's what we look for in a coach. So it's just really great to have him on our staff.
Coach Hamilton had been working with other high school football teams in Arizona before getting the job at Desert Mountain. Being that he lived close by, he knew the program well and decided it was best fit for him. Coming from the highest level, he knows the importance of what makes a winning team.
Proven every year, every day, every off season, in the classroom, off the field, all that stuff. I just think it gives you motivation to come back and rework it.
Because of Hamilton's experience as an NFL corner, he's been able to help players who have the same position improve, as in the case with junior wide receiver and defensive back Dylan Tapley.
So my technique overall has improved every single day since he's been the head coach here.
Desert Mountain had a record of 12-2 last year and were semifinalists for the 5A division. This season, Coach Hamilton hopes to lead his team to a state championship, but knows getting the team to believe they can win is just as important. In Tempe, Michaela Nagel, Cronkite News.
Last week, the Wolves beat Verrado High School 38-7 in the playoffs and they're ready to take on Millennium this Friday. Over 100 women are coming together in Arizona this week to attempt a world record skydive. Cronkite News reporter Liam Archer caught up with organizers ahead of the jump to see exactly how they'll pull off this feat.
The current world record for a women's vertical head-down skydive sits at 65 women, set in 2016 here in Arizona. Two of the women who are part of that world record, Sarah Curtis and Amy Shemelecki, are coming together yet again in the hopes of breaking that number, this time by a long shot.
Basically, we're going to be trying to build a 100-way of women holding hands, 100 of them on their heads, flying upside down in a vertical orientation with their heads towards the earth, which is the fastest way that you can fly towards the earth in skydiving.
In 2020, the Women's Skydiving Network came up with the idea for Project 19, a world record attempt to honor the 100-year anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which gave women the right to vote. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the attempt was pushed back until now.
Skydiving is such a wonderful sport, obviously in my opinion, and it's really beautiful and it has power to attract a lot of attention. So we're using that power, that coolness of that cool factor of skydiving to help promote a deeper message. This record attempt is attached to a deeper message, so it really has a lot more meaning to us.
For this attempt, over 100 women from 22 different countries around the world are getting involved. For the last 4 years, these women have been practicing timing, choreography, and formations for this world record attempt.
In skydiving, women are severely underrepresented. There's about 1 woman to every 14 men in skydiving, and we'd really like to see those numbers change. Not only in skydiving, but we would like to see women in more places where they're underrepresented.
According to the United States Parachuting Association, roughly 14% of all skydivers are women.
Because this record is tied to a greater purpose, just recognizing women who came before us and just recognizing women's rights in general all over the world that we're kind of celebrating, which is still a big, big deal in today's day and age. I think people are really excited about that and want to be a part of it.
In Eloy, Liam Archer, Cronkite News.
The women of Project 19 will be building up the size of their attempts over the course of this week until Saturday in the hopes of reaching their record-setting goal. Finally, on this Thanksgiving Eve, we leave you with a message of gratitude from the Phoenix Suns. They're certainly grateful they got a win over the Lakers last night. Here's Mikal Bridges and Damian Lee on what Thanksgiving means to them.
I'm thankful for my family. We wouldn't be here without them.
My family, my wife, mom, family down the line. My son turns 1 on Saturday, so extremely thankful.
And happy Thanksgiving, everyone. That's it for today's Cronkite Sports Report. Back to you, Connor.